Hello, welcome back to Tidbits. Kristina here again. Thanks once again for coming on back and joining me for another episode. Today's Tidbits features artwork by an artist that you might recognize, even if you don't know her name. Her artwork has been shared around the globe and featured in countless exhibitions and also gift shops all over the world. It's one of my personal favorite artists today, and I would love to shed some light on her and her work because much of it is unfortunately credited to her husband, and I'd like to set the record straight a little bit. So let's talk about Margaret Macdonald Mackintosh. Margaret Macdonald Mackintosh was an English-born artist working in Scotland, and her design work became one of the defining features of an art style known as modern style. It's also been called the Glasgow style. So, what is this modern style? You might know it by another name from the late 1800s. It's also called Art Nouveau. Glasgow style is an Art Nouveau style specific to Great Britain due to its deep roots in arts and crafts. The arts and crafts movement called for better treatment of decorative arts. They believed all objects should be made beautiful and took inspiration from folklore, medieval craftsmanship and design, and nature. Art Nouveau is a natural evolution of the arts and crafts movement. Fertile ground for this new Art Nouveau style was found in Scotland, Glasgow in particular. Archibald Knox was a prominent figure in the formation of this new style that built on the foundation of arts and crafts, with the conscious addition of Celtic elements, as he was from the Isle of Man and interested in his Celtic roots. The Glasgow style featured highly stylized art, yes, but also architecture, interior design, including wallpaper. Ever heard of William Morris? Yep, he was a real guy, an artist working in this movement. Furniture design, music and performance posters, jewelry, and even early graphic design. It can be characterized as featuring elongated, thin figures, extreme use of linear motifs, and organic, nature-inspired symbols. By the year 1890, the Macdonald family had settled in Glasgow, and Margaret and her sister, Frances Macdonald, enrolled as students at the Glasgow School of Art, studying courses in design. They were two of only 5 women allowed to study there at the time. At school, she worked with a variety of media, including metalwork, embroidery, and textiles. She began collaborating with her sister Frances, and in the 1890s, the pair opened the Macdonald Sister Studios at 128 Hope Street, Glasgow. Their innovative work was inspired by Celtic imagery, literature, symbolism, and folklore. By 1894, they were showing their work together in student exhibitions, some of which was made collaboratively. Reception of their work was mixed, and it was commented that the gaunt, linear forms of the Macdonald sisters' artwork were, quote, ghoulish, and earned them the moniker the Spook School. Margaret's most well-known works are the gesso panels made for interiors designed in collaboration with husband Charles Rennie Mackintosh. Her grandest work is The 7 Princesses, 3 wall-sized gesso panels showing a scene from a play by the same name by Maurice Maeterlinck. This work was extremely popular in Vienna and its surrounding art scene, and is currently on permanent display at the Mac in Vienna. Charles Rennie Mackintosh is frequently claimed to be Scotland's most famous artist, and he often is the only named artist when reading about the Glasgow style. Margaret Macdonald Mackintosh has been somewhat marginalized in comparison. However, she was celebrated in her time by many of her peers, including her husband, who once wrote, "Remember, Margaret has genius. I have only talent." Mackintosh did not keep sketchbooks of any kind. This reflects her reliance on imagination and impromptu creativity. Her works, along with those of her often collaborating sister, defied her contemporaries' conceptions of art. The beginning of her artistic career reflects broad strokes of experimentation. Largely drawing from her imagination, she reinterpreted traditional themes, allegories, and symbols in inventive ways. For instance, Immediately following the 1896 opening of her Glasgow studio with her sister, she was able to capture such broad ideas as time and summer into highly stylized human forms. As an aside, can you see how her work may have influenced Alphonse Mucha, a well-known Art Nouveau artist, in his creation of the Four Seasons? Her work, along with that of her husband and sister, would go on to influence another generation of artists, particularly in Vienna. Can you see references to their work in this particularly famous painting by artist Gustav Klimt? Much of Mackintosh's works incorporate muted natural tones, elongated human forms, and a subtle interplay between geometric and natural motifs. Above all, her designs demonstrated a type of originality that distinguishes her from other artists of her time, including her husband.